Can we hear it start up?
Sure can.
So it's a one-piece tilt front end now.
It's a 66 Fairlane.
This is my office right here.
Hi, Randy Bybee, Awesome Cars Forever. Here today with Dan Wise, and he's going to tell us about his 1994 GMC Jimmy.
Well, I want to thank you for coming out on such a nice day, Randy. It's I know you probably got a lot better things to do than coming over here and talking to me, but I bought this car probably 20 years ago, and originally it was just my daily driver. I worked in Indianapolis, and I used it to drive back and forth. I really liked it because it was a 5-speed stick and a 4.3, and I liked stirring the gears, and it was starting to get a little wear on the body, and the paint was starting to fade. So I had a friend of mine that does paint and body work in Indianapolis, and he's super guy, super job. So I went to Florida fishing for a couple weeks, and that's probably been 10 years ago. And I let him have it for the 2 weeks I was gone, and I came back, and it looks like this. I told him, I said, just make it look okay. Well, when I picked it up, I said, well, that's not going to work. And he said, well, why not? And I said, it's too pretty. I can't drive it every day now, so I had to go out and buy something else. So it looks so nice. So I went out and bought some IROC Camaro replicas from American Racing, 20-inch. I lowered it 3 inches all the way around, put a steel cowl induction hood on it, steel roll pan, and the steel roll pan on it, originally it was made for a S10, S15 pickup truck, so I had to cut the frame horns off to make it work, but it looks pretty good. 1994 was the last year for these square body S15s, S10s. In 95 they came out with a more streamlined style. 93 was the last year for the pickup truck in the square bodies. And you don't see too many of these around anymore. They just aren't rusted out.
No, you don't.
Or completely gone. But this one's not rusted out because it doesn't get driven that much. It goes to car shows every once in a while if I have to run to get some parts, maybe. But it's real fun to drive. Handles real good, being lowered and having these fat tires on it. And with the 5-speed stick, really love driving it. I want to thank President Barack Obama. When he got into office, he had that thing called Cash for Clunkers. Well, I had a buddy that worked for, he worked at a junkyard. He said, Dan, you need to come down here if you're looking for a good interior. And this interior came out of a Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. It's all leather, 10-way power seats, heated. I bought the seats in the front and the back seat for $50.
You can't beat that.
Adapted them to fit inside this truck. They're like sitting on a pillow. And I also had a good friend that does upholstery work. He took the split bench seat that was in the Jeep and adapted that upholstery to the rear seat so that it was all one piece, and he did an excellent job. And another friend of mine he did graphics, and he's since passed away.
Those seats really look comfortable.
They're comfortable. It's like sitting on a pillow. There's a friend of mine, Roy Rigger, has since passed away. He did the graphics there on the door sill. And he and I probably spent a whole day designing this GMC Jimmy decal, which the red is the same material that they put on stop signs, so it's reflective.
Mm-hmm.
And the Jimmy is like spun aluminum. So it's really unique. It's one of a kind. There's no more in the whole world like it.
Beautiful work.
I really hate it because he and I sat there for a whole day together, and he charged me like $20, which is
Can't beat that.
unbelievable. He was a good friend, good friend. He lived just up the road.
Right.
But the exhaust, it's original 4.3. It's got Flowmaster exhaust on it. I can pop the hood and let you look at the engine.
Yeah. And now these wheels, like you pointed out, really look good on here. They really set this Jimmy off.
They give it some good flags. I also have a set of the old style Corvette rally wheels, 8-inchers, that I put on it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I'd often thought about putting a V8 in it, but that V6 with the 5-speed runs so good. I just hated to, because it's all original under the hood, except for a couple things. I did put this Edelbrock air cleaner on. Originally had the old snorkel type,
Right.
and it had plastic valve covers on. I replaced those with the chrome ones, and that's not anodized. It's a paint you can buy like at AutoZone.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like anodized.
They're nice any way you look at it.
Yeah. Let me start it up and let you hear it.
We can do
It
that.
sounds pretty neat for a V6.
Sounds nice and smooth under there. I'm going to get it from back here. Oh yeah, that sounds
Some
real
people
nice.
can't tell it from, they think it's got a V8 in it. But because I was wanting to put tools on it, but because it's set so low, they really couldn't get those pipes up and around everything without doing a lot of modifications.
Right. Man, that sounds fabulous for a 6-cylinder. Now, of course, being a Jimmy, you've got lots of room back here, and good spacious area.
Back seat folds down. Believe it or not, this engine has almost 170,000 miles on it.
Wow.
The only thing I've ever done was I replaced the intake manifold gasket. And that's about it. But no smoke, doesn't use any oil, starts, runs perfect. The 4.3 V6 was probably one of the best engines that GM ever made.
I would agree with that.
And this is all metal here. A lot of them you see, it's fiberglass.
You say fiberglass, plastic, or something. But yeah, that's good solid metal there. Get another shot of the hole.
It's kind of neat too when you drive along and if the sun's right and hits those wheels, you can see the reflection on the buildings
Wow.
because of the they just
Yeah.
spin
Yeah.
around and around.
Well, Dan, once again, I want to thank you for being on the show today, and I really appreciate the interview, and I appreciate all my subscribers. And if you like what you see, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Awesome Cars Forever.
Thanks for taking your time to come out. Really appreciate it.
Not a problem.
You need to subscribe to this guy because he needs all the subscribers he can get to build this channel.
Thank you. I appreciate that.